The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100. So as you can see today, we had a nice little pop to the upside. We came into almost our 508 level. And then at the after hours, you're dropping to the downside. We're going to go into exactly why. We go into QQQ. We came back into our level as well, mentioned from yesterday, around 430.10. Again, that level back from here. 432 was going to be top side there as well. But so far, we are getting rejected, pushing back down, back below 421. That could be a major red flag, and that's what we have to talk about. So number one on the day, Meta earnings. We said be very careful into Meta earnings, and guess what happened? You come out, really good push today, 509, 510. And guess what? I liked Meta earnings, but again, what I always say, I'm not trading the earnings, right? And guess what? Meta is dropping all the way back down. Looks like it's going to gap down to fill the actual gap fill down here. And you're going to have a major area of illiquidity between 407 basically to 454. So that should be really interesting. We'll talk about that in the later videos. But again, Meta is dropping. What's also important to realize too, the Twitter link is down below if you do want to check us out. So I do recommend doing that. But again, as we go into earning whispers, let's really quickly just give you a rundown of the earnings on this week. You have Meta, IBM. Again, we'll see IBM here in a second, but it couldn't have been that great because it's not holding the market up. And Microsoft tomorrow, Google tomorrow, Intel tomorrow. Those are going to be your big ones going into to close the week. Those are the biggest things we're watching, things you have to pay attention to. I'm going to get you in and out of here very quick because I think there's a lot we have to cover. With Meta on the downside, I think this could bring us down into tomorrow. Now let's go really quickly what we're looking for. 421 is going to be the giant line in the sand, what you're going to be watching. So continuation, bouncing, whatever it may be. If we get below this level, you're looking for a break, retest, and continue.
Okay, so this is probably not the first time that you've seen me talk a lot about the sponsor of today's video, Moomoo, but I haven't told you about why I decided to partner with them, and I should be transparent with what's happening there and why they're going to be a partner for the foreseeable future. So partnering with Moomoo for me has been a little bit of a game changer in what we're doing with the channel, because we like to do a lot of free content, but ultimately what we're doing with them is unlike any other trading platform. Moomoo has a super robust and user-friendly mobile platform when it comes to news, when it comes to options, their watch list, everything like that. The mobile and desktop allows me to effortlessly look through and analyze everything that I'm looking at. It's all kind of in one place, especially before executing anything. Speaking of executing, Moomoo is offering a zero contract fee for options and only charges 50 cents when you're trading index options. So unlike other platforms which have a similar offer, Moomoo provides me with deep analysis and unusual options activities. So instead of using other platforms, I can kind of do most of my work in one platform just like this. And this is the desktop platform just so you can see where I can look at unusual activity as well. If you are interested, there's never been a better time because right now new users will get a 1.5% cash reward up to $300, or if you're just getting started, you'll get 7 free fractional shares up to $5 per if you make a qualified deposit bonus. Just go to moomoo.com. It shows you all of this. It's right there in front of you, so you can make sure you have all that understand. They want to help you kickstart your journey when it comes to investing. Check them out. The link is down below.
Down to 417. And then below that, you're looking for a retest back into 412, 414. Very simple, very easy. Under 421.5, bearish to 416.8, and then down to 412, 413. Simple as that. That is what you're looking for there. That's Q's. SPY, really quick. Looking for, honestly, I don't see much. I'm going to tell you right now. You could argue you have a little bit here, 503, 504, but I see this thing coming back down to 497. Possibly back down to 494. You can also use our Lux Algo levels, again, that kind of are right inside of this target as well. If you're interested in our Lux Algo levels, our indicators here as well, the link is down below for Lux Algo. Use code OD40 for 40% off, just to give you a heads up. So again, weakness here as well. If you get below 497, this thing probably makes a lower low. So again, this is what we kept saying though. Be patient. Monday, Tuesday, we got great action. Wednesday, we expected chop. Tomorrow, I probably expect some downside, to be honest, but I'm not holding overnight with these earnings because, again, earnings are they just increase risk. We don't want to increase our risk. We want to reduce the risk and take just high-quality setups overall. That's the focus, okay? So that's what we're looking at there. On the after hours, too, DXY, not really doing too much, just chilling, still coming to the downside, US 30-year yield. Getting a bit of a pop up here in the after hours as well and on the day, so that is a red flag as well. DXY might get some more upside here also, meaning TLT is pushing down more weak. This is not what you want to say, weaker, sorry. That is not what you want to see. Bitcoin also coming back down to 64K. You want to see some buyers step in here as well, but that's what you're looking at overall with those areas in the market. One more thing, when we look at inflation data, US crude oil, again, is making lower lows, pushing back down, pretty weak on the about 4-hour, 2-hour chart as well. So I can see this coming back down lower. If that does, inflation data might perk up things you want to see there. But again, let's go over Microsoft. Let's go over some earnings into tomorrow. Let's not overcomplicate this, or and we're not going to go over too many names today. Microsoft. If you get below, I've been saying this. Let's go over this real quick, right? You have a major Lux algo level, and you have a major supporter on 397. Okay. If you lose 397, I think you come in at 384. Quick. It's going to be quick. It's going to be fast. Rip the Band-Aid off. It's probably going to hurt, though. That's going to be bad. Okay? Understand that. Google. Google's been one of the best performers on the broad market. You're pulling back here in the after hours. Obviously, not good. You've been bouncing at your key levels, 153.9, 151.5. I'm not looking to trade Google, but I am looking for the opportunity here. Like, honest to God, you've finally broken all-time highs. You're very bullish with what's happening with Apple and what they're doing with their AI stuff. If Google gets a dip from earnings, I kind of love it. I'm going to tell you that right now. But I'm not trading it into earnings, being patient. Netflix was one of our strongest names yesterday, but man, you see we're rejecting at 575. If you break below and hold below 548, 550, you're going to come down to 537, 538. Under 538, this is a easy money short down to lows at around 504, 503. Again, if you get below 537, 538, it is easy money to the downside. Very illiquid. Expect volatility on that push down as well. Amazon breaking back below 180. But again, look at that retest here on the day. We talked about 180. You broke, retested, and you look weak. Bear flagging to the downside. Not what you want to see here. So again, not the greatest looks on the broad market right now. We don't want to overcomplicate it, and we want to just look at where we're at right now. Again, the focus is SPY and Qs here. SPY. You're below your level. You get below 497, rip the Band-Aid off. It's bad news bears. QQQ. Under 421.5, rip the Band-Aid off. Bad news bears. 417, 414, 413. Again, that's all I'm looking at. I'm not looking to counter trade the indexes either. So if the Qs are pushing to the downside, I'm not going to counter and say, well, the market's bearish. Let me trade to the upside. No, I want to stay with the overall trend. That is our friend here. If we put in a lower low, sellers probably step in pretty aggressively. So that's what we need to understand, and we need to have that overall plan at the front of our minds with everything that's going on this week, okay? Nothing else matters. That is the main focus this week in particular, okay? That is all that I care about right now. It's how we're moving here. NVIDIA as well. Okay, you have a lot of levels here, so I'm sorry. Let me quickly get rid of these intraday levels we had here. Again, NVIDIA get back below 770, weak, downside. 746 coming quick. You have a daily gap down here as well, all the way down at 690 when you get below 750. That's going to be bad as well. So those are things that I'm looking for. I do still like all the names I've mentioned. I've gone over in a lot of the videos for long-term picks, long-term viewpoints. I still love those names. Nothing has changed on my opinion on those names. The only thing that's happening is in the short-term movement. There's a difference between long-term and short-term. We have to be able to understand the difference there, okay? So understand that. That's what I'm looking at. Now, again, the calendar into this week, just to let you know, PCE data comes out on Friday. That's our very big inflation data. And then GDP comes out tomorrow morning as well. Tomorrow's going to be interesting. You're going to get a little bit of a spike or a downside, either to the up or to the downside based on GDP. And then you're going to see follow through going into Friday with PCE data. So it's very likely that tomorrow that we could either have bad earnings or good earnings, get an initial move, and then PCE comes out and tells a totally different story. If PCE continues to the upside, I think it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Fed. If PCE comes to the downside and shows inflation's in the right direction, again, it does the same thing. It puts pressure on the Fed, but it gives them a better thing to have pressure on for the overall market, getting back to the idea of cuts. That's what we want to see on the broad market. So again, if that gets pushed out there, that narrative starts to come to fruition, that's where we get excited about, okay? Easy, simple as that. That's my main focus going into all this, okay? I want to make sure all that's very, very clear here, okay? Those are my favorite things. Those are my favorite plays. Those are everything I'm looking at. Keep it very simple as we're looking at this, right? PC Friday, GDP tomorrow, biggest things there. Follow on Twitter, guys, so you can see those updates because, again, I'm posting these updates for you all throughout the day. Not too much going on today. I didn't do much. I've been very patient here. Again, I'm just sitting, waiting for the opportunity. I told you guys yesterday. I said, Wednesday, it's going to be a chop fest. I want nothing to do with it. No part of it. Okay, nothing to do. You had upside this morning, and you started breaking down at the end of the day. Don't care. Not trading it. Zero, zilch. Look at this move. Down, up, down, up, down. Nope, not interested. Don't care. Again, so that's what I'm looking at. That's where I'm at. Again, more videos coming. See you guys tomorrow.